Nazi's getting too big.
Right.
Okay, that was good. Hey guys,
all right, what up, people? Yes.
Happy Friday.
Because talking is important on a week like today, and laughter is also important. So, what up? Today is Friday, November 11th. This is still Diverted. Today we are just talking. We are just talking to you. No stories, really no prep. Black China had her baby. We won't be talking about that here. So I guess to go watch Scorpion's show, watch somebody else on YouTube, because we're not doing it.
Exactly. It's just been a long time, and I feel like we just didn't, and we feel like we haven't talked to you guys in long.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. So.
Yeah. So.
We're here.
Yep. Let's do this.
Talk about it.
Still Diverted. All right. So, what up, people? Today is November 11th, which means it is Veterans Day. So, happy veterans to all the veterans that have fought for our country.
Yep. And I just really want to give a huge shout out to the people of color who still today are fighting for this country despite what is happening in what state our country is in today. I think that for a long time I had this idea in my head, it's just like, why do people want to fight? Why do people still fight?
Yeah.
And it's like, we go through what we go through as just commoners, and it's just like, how do I... we really are. Like, we regular, you know what I'm saying?
I guess. I didn't think of it like that, but
we fight for other people's rights on a daily basis. So it's just like, who am I to say why they fighting?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Fighting for a country that won't always fight for you, but we thank you for doing the work.
Exactly.
It is also Bring Your Child to Work Day.
It sure is.
I have a bottle of wine sitting over there, and her firstborn is sitting over there. So if you hear coloring and noise and mommy throughout the show, that's what it is.
Mommy.
Exactly. All right. So, how you feeling?
I got my period, so I'm feeling great.
Well, there's 2 bloody disasters going on in the country at this time.
Who says that?
I'm from London. We use bloody.
I can't stand you.
All right. So first things first, I just want to say shout out to 2 black women that I saw on election night.
Yes.
Turn it off.
He said, "Turn it off."
Turn what off?
Turn it off.
The TV?
TV.
Okay.
I'll show you all. Turn it off? I don't think he's saying turn it off.
Okay. Go ahead.
Turn it off.
The lights?
You just have to do what the children want. All right. So this is the only way we're going to be able to get through this show. We just agree with the children.
Okay. Look. It's nap time. Good morning.
Oh, good morning. All right.
Good morning.
If y'all can sit through this, we thank you. All right, so anyway, so shout out to the 2 black women that I saw on election night. So I'm at work, right? So I work at the theater for those who don't know. And the 2 women were seated on different sides of the theater. There was 2 black girls and or 2 black women. And, one went through like this door and one went through the other door. And I was like, oh, you all are going to be like on opposite ways. They were like, oh, all right, and then did this thing from The Color Purple, and it's just like, it made me feel like, because it was the day of the election. I was ready just like a crappy mood all day.
Right.
Like I had a drink before I went to work.
Us.
Yeah, I never drink before I go to work. Like I actually was like, I need to have like a cocktail.
No,
like,
I went out to dinner twice.
Yeah, I was like, I need a drink. Like I really
myself.
need to suppress, and this was on Tuesday before we even knew what happened. So don't even ask me about Wednesday, because that was a whole different beast. But I was just like, oh, look at this black girl joy. Like it just made me so like, I was like, oh. That made me feel good. And then the rest of the world went to shit. But at least that was good. There
was a video that actually made me grin. And this is probably the most smiling I've done in a day. And the show just started 3 minutes ago. So it was just crazy. Like there was this video of somebody, like it was probably some black person, like drumming. And then all you hear is like, you can't grab this pussy. Like, and somebody has like this sign,
yes.
And this white girl was just like, pouncing on her pussy on some Rihanna shit. And it was just so funny. And I was just like, sis.
Yeah.
You gotta love the protest, because the protest will bring you back to life.
This is very true.
If you really want to get out of your funk, go to those protests, because you're just with people who feel the same way as you and just want to get out of it with you. You know what I mean? So it just feels better that you're not doing it by yourself and you're not alone, But let's actually get into what we came here to do.
All right, so, I mean, needless to say, we don't need to really preface this. Obviously,
right.
What the fuck? Donald Trump is the president of, or going to be the president of the United States. But I'm just like, even when I stepped in the booth on Tuesday, like I had to take a minute and like really like collect myself, because I was like, like I stepped in the booth and I get the piece of paper and like the voting booths were shit as it was just because it's just what it is.
Right.
And then I look at the paper and I like get a minute to myself. I'm just like, oh my god, like these are our only two options. Not only two, but these are our two options. Like I can't even believe this is what we're being presented with. And I was just like, how is this? Like how are we being presented with this? But yeah, so he is the president-elect.
He is.
Hillary won the popular vote, but he won the electoral college, so that's all that really matters in this country. He got to 271st, so he won the whole bang shaboozle. So, yep.
And those who don't know, the electoral vote is the people who represent the states, and the popular vote are the people like us.
Just a raw number.
The actual people. I think that what we got to come to the realization is that people are like, why are you so...
Hey! Shh!
Why are you so upset, and why is this affecting you guys so much, just as millennials? And what people don't get is that, especially for people of color, our president has been black for 8 years. The family that we've looked at was black for 8 years. It was people of color in the White House for 8 years. That means since I was 14, 15, I didn't see anybody else as my superior or authority who didn't reflect me. You know what I'm saying? And this is another person who reflects me.
You turn it off. You turn it off.
Acuérdate. Or you're going to go to Miss Smith.
You want to go to the Miss Smith's office? Yeah, so, I mean, pretty much that was it. So, we weren't even supposed to record today, but we said, all right, we need to come in because we just need to talk. Like, talk to each other, talk to y'all. And mad respect to my Black Studies professor who really came in and, like, like my he's the type where if you get to class starts at 3:30. If you get there at 3:30, you're late. Like he's on like that type of shit. Like he doesn't play. But like he came in on Wednesday and we just had conversations. I mean, it was still tied back to like like the text and stuff, but it was really just like a check-in. Like, how are y'all feeling? So I'm just like I just thank him for that because on Wednesday I was just not with it at all. And then the other reason why I felt like we had to do this show was I was just like. Sometimes I look at this show and I'm just like, oh, this shit don't matter. Like, y'all watch it, but y'all don't really watch it. Like,
That's how I feel all the time.
Yeah, but then like when I hear people like,
oh, I watched your show on Friday. I'm like,
yeah, like I watched it. Oh, I loved it. Oh, it was so funny. Like, oh, like y'all make my day. And I was just like, oh shit, like this is actually means something to like some people. Okay. Yeah, so that's I was just like,
shout outs to you guys.
Yeah, no, for real. Because sometimes I feel like it means nothing, even to me. I'm just like, no, just that show.
Like we say all the time, like this is real practice for us. Like, mommy days, like this is practice for me, or Malcolm coming in from work really late and having to do the show at 9 a.m, like this is practice for him. So this is really just how we know we're gonna work in the reality, and we're just like doing it with the camera, and this is our set. Welcome. So
let's talk some shit. So the Obamas, shout out to Barack and Michelle Obama, they are much better people than I am, because the fact that they had to sit down yesterday with those two people. I had a lot of jokes. I won't go there. I won't do that. But the fact they had to sit down and like really like shake hands and look these people in the eye and be like, oh my god, like.
What's most crazy?
What have y'all done?
What's most crazy to me?
What have y'all done?
Like people who and I want to talk from a logical standpoint. The people who voted for Trump had this idea that he was going to bring jobs. He's going to bring jobs. He's going to do something for the employment rate in this country. And what you guys don't understand that the economic status of this country hasn't been developed since Eisenhower, and that was in 1961. And
that's a throwback.
Since then, it was Clinton. We had 2 Bushes and a Carter, a Nixon. Whatever. The
point is, order. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That was definitely backwards.
Yeah, but it's really been crazy, and I don't think people really understand how much Obama has to deal with or has dealt with since 2008, trying to bring back the recession, and he has made so much progress, and people don't appreciate it, and I appreciate it, and I want to say maybe it's because he's a black man, and maybe because he has like wonderful daughters, and maybe because he didn't make any mistakes in terms of having mistresses or like having any type of scandals, and people are just upset that he wasn't a shit show, for 8 years. I don't know how else to put it, but I just feel like people just want an excuse now. People wanted him to fail so badly, and he has helped the economic improvement with this country. And that's why people are voted from Trump, from my idea, because they're like, oh, we need jobs. We want a better economy. And it's just like, that's what Obama was doing.
Yeah.
Do you really think that Trump is going to lead you to a better economy? Anyway, Hillary, right now at this point, I'm just like, how dare you? Like, how dare you not come out to the Javits Center and speak to those people who were crying that night because you didn't win? How dare you not say, I'm upset, but, you know, we can work this thing out. We can unite something. Because people voted for you. And there were people, 93% of black women voted for you in this state.
No, black women held her down. Like,
and you have...
like crazy numbers.
Really the reason... You played a part in mass incarceration of our children.
This is very true.
And we voted for you.
Or at this point, our fathers and our brothers.
I mean, the least you could have done was just say something. But no, you was taking a hike in Westchester. You think that shit is cute?
Well, no, that's not what happened.
You didn't see the picture? Oh, you haven't been on social media. So
no, but her with the lady that she saw in the woods?
Right.
Yeah, that was like, that didn't happen the day after the election.
Oh, it didn't?
No.
Oh, that shit.
I think the reason why she didn't do her, what's it called? Whatever the speech is when you say I fucking lost. But whatever that speech is. Because it was like 2 a.m. Like by the time the poll numbers came in.
No, I'm saying the next day.
She did do it the next day.
Really?
Yeah, where have you been? I was in bed crying my eyes out. That's how I know. I was here dead. Like,
oh, no, I had to get up. I was out.
Yeah, no, she gave a speech like 11 o'clock the next day. Yeah. No, she definitely gave a speech. It just wasn't that night. Yeah. But, I mean, listen.
Look, this is still all over the place. And we're on the 3rd day of Earth right now.
Yeah.
And I'm just still like, what the fuck? You know?
I do have to give 2 points to Barack and Michelle, though, because right after the Trumps left the house and they Febreze shit, cleaned up, whatever smattering they left around.
Right.
They invited, I think it was the Miami Heat, no, the Cleveland Cavaliers to the White House, and they did that mannequin challenge. And they were like, let's blacken this shit up one more time before we have to get out of here. And I was like, you know what, I respect
one more
that.
time.
Because, I mean, like, when's the next, besides Omarosa, like, who's the next black person that's going to walk in the White House? It's going to be quite a long time.
Did you see what Wendy said?
I still didn't get to see it.
Y'all, my stomach hurt. I don't even want to do this.
All right, yeah. I really have like a list of things, so I can just run through my list.
Okay.
I don't get the people of color that's actually out there rallying. I saw something today on Inside Edition where it was like a room full of Asian people talking about, we are for Trump, and I was just like the white. All right, here's my thing. So, first of all, I'm not happy that this happened, but I appreciate that this happened because I want, specifically white people that think racism is over, to finally realize what this is, especially white women. Because I feel like white women are really feeling this backlash, as people of color have been feeling this whole time. And there's something about white feminism where they because like, white feminists are exactly that. They're white feminists. They're not feminists. So like, whatever they fight for is never let me not say never, but most of the time it's not in favor of other feminist movements. It's just in favor of, I can't even focus on both of y'all right now. It's just in focus on the benefit of white women.
Right.
And, whatever they're going for. So I like that, I don't like that Hillary lost, but I like that people can now see, oh my God, even this woman that was qualified out the ass, no matter how terrible she is, still lost to this white man for just simply being a white guy. And now I'm like, I hope white women see how people of color get shut out of these, circles and, positions and opportunities just because of who you are. Because I feel like they don't get it. Like, they don't, they're just like, it's just like, oh.
Tortuga.
She was talking through her teeth, y'all.
Down. Sit.
You're gonna get in trouble.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like, they don't get, like, when we get, like, like Katy Perry not Katy Perry.
Right.
Taylor Swift, like with the whole thing with Nicki Minaj at the VMAs, like maybe one of the men took your spot. And I'm just like, no, like when people get shut out of things, like it is. I say all this to say, I hope y'all realize what day it is in America. 'Cause I'm just like, while you are not as low on the totem pole as people of color, you're not that far from us.
And you know what? We're really, to be frank with you, Trump winning was not as upsetting as the effects of Trump winning. Like, things that were happening in the high schools, the things that were taking place with our kids, like being bullied from when they got into school to when they left to when they were walking to their cars. I mean, from kids in primary to high school to college. Like,
oh, you mean like while he was running?
No, literally. After Trump got elected, the effects of it, like the way
the hatred that...
I mean, people say like people that are protesting are upset and they're spreading hatred. No. We're not writing on anybody's walls saying, fuck you, fuck Trump. We're not saying you're going to be enslaved again. We're not saying go back to Afghanistan. We're not saying I'm going to rape you and then take you back to Mexico. Like, we're not doing any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so much hate from these white supremacists and their children and their cousins and their aunts and their grandfathers, and it just keeps passing down generations to generation, and that's what's upsetting me. Like how bold people have become. And we're not talking about now. Bold 65 years old, 50 years old. We're talking bold 10 years old.
Yeah.
Bold 8 years old. Bold 6 years old. Why? How? That's something that would, and that makes me cry. That makes me upset because we're raising these kids right here.
No, I almost cried so many times on election day. The night of, the day I was fine, but once that night came around and the numbers started rolling in, and I was like, oh my God, this man actually might win. And then I just went to bed. I had a glass of wine and went to sleep.
I had so many hit-ups once I woke up, and I was just like,
well, did you stay up the night before?
No, not at all.
Okay, yeah, I saw the
Mom
next
was
morning.
in bed by 9:30, 9:45. I really went to sleep. I did not want to see that election. And granted, yes, I have watched the debates past 10 o'clock. I'm not, nope.
Yeah.
I can't, I couldn't do it to myself.
Yeah,
and when I woke up, it was like, sis, did you see the debate? Did you see what happened last night? And I'm like, no. And now all I had to do was get on Twitter, of course. And
I purposely laid in bed because I woke up I think the next morning relatively early. Early for me 9 o'clock, which I know some of y'all probably that's mad late. But for me 9 o'clock is early on most days.
Right.
And I woke up and the Breakfast Club was on, but Envy was already in the mix. So there wasn't news coming to me.
Okay.
And I purposely just laid there in bed and I was like, I'm not getting up. I'm not checking my phone. I was because I just felt it in my spirit. I knew I was this is not good. And I went maybe by 10:30, I had got up and got on my phone or whatever. But I was I'm gonna lay here for as long as possible and just not partake in this. And then once I actually woke up, and once I actually officially woke up, I was like, all right, this is it. This is what we're presented with. And then I went back to sleep because it felt unreal. I've never woken up to something and been this doesn't feel real. It felt like a dream. I was like, this is not real.
And it's crazy because our parents. It's our parents have dealt with white presidents, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. They've dealt with racist presidents. They've dealt with
only white presidents. Yeah.
Right. They've dealt with that all their lives. So it's just I guess they kind of don't see why we are so infuriated.
No, I think even older people see how bad this is. Because even John McCain and is his name John McCain? Yeah, John McCain, Mitt Romney, these people, even though their views were very conservative, and conservative doesn't always mean racist, but usually the two and two go in hand. But they were not so overt with their hatred of these specific groups of people.
Right.
There's something about Trump and with him being so blatantly homophobic, racist, Islamophobic, misogynistic, all these things where it's just
right.
At least with these other candidates, you could probably think it, and maybe it is true, but the fact that this was written, the writing was on the wall.
Right.
It was so clear as day, and people still whatever, but, whatever.
And just one thing before we wrap this up, I definitely want to bring up the fact that I really think that Donald Trump did not want to be president.
Me either.
He did not.
This is definitely a joke gone too far.
Think that people would really vote for him. He did not think that people would actually believe in him. He did not think that he would get this far in the race.
Yeah.
He said everything he said, and granted, even if it was a reflection of him, he was like, fuck it, I'm just saying it, but who's really going to vote for me?
Yeah, exactly.
And now he's up in the White House with the most humble spirit.
Yeah.
Because he knows he does not know what the fuck to do.
No, he's going to have to call on every single person. Hey!
He's singing Elmo's World.
It ain't no Elmo's World.
That's not amazing.
We're doing Still Bitchin' now. You gotta be quiet. You're working. That's the name of this episode, Still Bitchin'. That's
Still
what it is. Still Bitchin'.
Oh, good one. Yeah.
I actually got that from somebody else. This kid at my job named Anthony. And he was like, oh, y'all doing Still Bitchin' this week? And I was like, yes, we are. That we are. So thank you, Anthony, for that.
Anthony.
Right?
I'm so inappropriate. I'm sorry, guys. It's just
no. Hey, Elmo's not even on. Look, watch Yo Gabba, whoever these people are on the television set.
I wish they had Yo Gabba Gabba. They don't even have show that
He's gonna have to call on everyone he knows to get this job done, because I'm just like, because he doesn't know how this office runs, and I'm just like, people are like, oh, like him being, first of all, the people that are like, oh, him being president means nothing, I'm still gonna make my fucking money and, you know, fuck my bitches. I'm just like, you sound dumb, like you sound so fucking stupid, because that is not politics are real. Like, I wish, just shut up, like just stop. But I'm just like, immigration, things are going to change, because like there are these things like the Immigration Act, like the Chinese Exclusion Act, like there's been things in this country where, you know, people in power have put these laws and these acts into place to prevent people from coming into this country and like living whatever life they want to live. So like, stop acting like, oh, you know, like we're just going to be good, like, you know, the president don't mean nothing else. Like, the president means a lot, especially when you have a Republican president, or I don't want to say Republican, but if you have a president that doesn't agree with their views, a House that doesn't agree with your views, and then a Senate that doesn't agree with your views, you're pretty much fucked. Because there is no one that can fight for you and the voice that you have in this, you know, three branches situation, because everything is red right now. So I'm just like, this does matter. Like, it's not, it matters.
People could sit here and say that Obama has done nothing for us. And,
even if he did nothing.
And when I say us, I mean people of color. He has done nothing. He didn't do anything during his term. But he has prevented so much, even if you think he has done nothing in terms of actually giving you something, because you were just so...
Because y'all thought we was going to get reparations, you know, January 21st, like inauguration day after.
Because, you know, segregation just wasn't over like 50 years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, sis, sure.
With Eisenhower, my nigga. Like,
but be happy you got them Obama phones with them free minutes. Because you have to give them back. Because Trump revoking that. Go read the first 100 days. It's not going down.
It's just so much happening, and for you to still feel like Obama has done nothing.
Yeah.
I promise you, Obama has stopped a lot of things. When Congress probably had ideas, he was like, nah, we can't have that.
You can feel the change.
You know what I mean?
It's almost like when you're like in a really good relationship, and it's just like, and then you fuck it up, and then you go on to be with somebody else, and you're like, well, I'm not used to getting treated like this. And it's like, well, when I tried to tell you, you didn't know what you had.
And I'm sure there's a lot of people who don't agree with Trump's way of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean they don't agree with his ideas, his mind, like the way he talks, his house talk. It's probably their house. His not his house talk. What is it called?
Kitchen table talk.
His kitchen table talk.
Yeah, same difference. Though.
It's not his kitchen table talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's their kitchen table talk. He's just saying it. You know what I mean? So I think that's what makes people afraid too. That our president for a long time, he didn't feel that way.
Yeah.
But they did for a long time, and now they actually have somebody who's on the same playing field. That's a problem.
Yeah.
You don't know what kind of laws they could enforce. Stop acting like it's not a big deal. And I really do not know how people could still just like be on Snapchat, like
chilling.
Let me show you how my day went, or like, you know, cause still, like, shout outs to you for being so privileged to be able to get out that spirit.
That was a read.
But Kenya, on the other hand,
yeah.
I just feel really sad. Even I don't know. Maybe if I was in like a better circumstance.
Yeah. On Wednesday, it felt like someone died.
Yes.
Like especially because it was so gloomy. Like it felt like someone had died. Like I felt like I really was like going through like I was grieving. I was like, yo, what the hell?
Even on
is
the
wrong
train,
with me?
like you could feel the vibes and.
See, I was so happy. Like I wasn't on the train during rush hour, so like my train was like kind of like, you know, like it was minimal. Like it wasn't a lot going on, but. I heard people like crying on the train. Like people were like,
no,
distraught.
I was one of those people, and it was just too much. And you didn't care. It really didn't matter who you were in front of at that moment because nobody was telling you like anything.
It was all understandable. Like it wasn't like what's wrong with her,
right?
Yeah, it was like all
and
like,
people wouldn't look at you like funny. It was just like they felt it too.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Do I have any last things? America, if you wanted to really elect a reality star, we could have went with a much better choice, like New York. I would have loved to see Tiffany Pollard in the White House. If we wanted a billionaire, we could have nominated Oprah. Like we didn't have to go this route, but you guys went this route, so thanks so much.
And I really
appreciate it.
For like the social issues, because that's mostly what we have to deal with on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. If you really think that Trump is going to enslave black people, he's not. He's not. I do want to say, sorry, not to cut you off, but there's talks that Giuliani is going to be, I forget what it is exactly in his cabinet, but something in his cabinet. And for those who are not familiar with Giuliani, if you didn't live here in New York or if you weren't alive during his era, Giuliani, I think, gets the credit for saving New York, but I think most of that was David Dinkins as IE, which I think is going to happen now. You know, the black guy that came before, the white guy comes to pick up all the accolades. But stop and frisk, I think, is about to get very real again.
like just on a nationwide scale. Like I sentencing what's it called?
It's really about to be a revolution.
What is the word?
Again. Like, and you guys think Black Lives Matter is like the movement?
Imprisonment. There we go.
It's about to get so much more real.
Yep.
And you know, a part of me is just like, yes, like finally some people waking up. I mean, I had to go to my Instagram page to uplift myself.
Yeah.
To really
to your own page.
I love Black people. I love
me.
everything about us. You know what I'm saying? Literally. Because that's all I promote constantly. Because that's what we need.
Yeah.
At this moment, that's what we need. Like, and we're not getting that. We're not going to get that from our president.
Nope.
We're not going to get that from Congress. We're not going to get that from our whack-ass mayors. No shade de Blasio. Even though you have a wife that's... It don't matter, brother, and you know it. It's just... People are starting to really open their eyes.
Yeah.
And I really... I don't want to say I don't know what to say. I feel like I know what to say. I just...
Yeah.
I don't know how to articulate it yet.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all we're doing today. So... Thanks for letting us sit here and vent to y'all.
And chew your ears off.
Basically, right? The comment box is there. It's your friend. And that's it. So y'all take care of yourselves. We'll talk.
Yeah, have a smooth weekend.
Yeah,
Have your
for
friend
real.
rub your temples. Get some Tiger Balm. It really smells really good.
Shout out to Moonlight. It was a great movie. Go see that. If you don't want to see Moonlight because it's too dark, go see Almost Christmas with Monique if you need to laugh. But go, go support some Black shit.
Oh, and
go support something of your community.
Talking about supporting something else in Black shit, there's going to be a Youth Expo December 2nd in Brownsville Recreation Center, and it's going to be health and hygiene. It's rolling around like fitness.
Brush your teeth.
And
wash your underarms. Clean your balls.
Look at what you laughing at. What are you laughing at?
Yeah.
All right, we got it right, kid.
And we just, that's going to be great. So if you really want to get involved and you want to find a way to help out your community, check that out. Hit me up. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Make sure you subscribe at DJ Matter K @
Get into her box. And we thank y'all for watching. So like we said, take care of yourselves. Do something this weekend that makes you happy. Do something this weekend that'll...
Watch Insecure or watch Atlanta.
Yes! Watch Insecure! Oh my goodness, y'all.
Very inspirational.
She didn't watch it yet, but if y'all saw it last week, Sunday it is going to go down. Oh, it's going to go down. I almost want to tell... Oh!
Damn, I gotta watch
I just want to talk to you that already saw it. But y'all, Issa, Molly, Lawrence. All right.
Bye, y'all. Clearly, I got a show to watch.
All right.
And a baby, too.
Exactly. Right. All right. We'll see y'all next week. Take care. Love y'all.